Game 5, Eastern Conference Semifinals. The Milwaukee Bucks find themselves in a postseason deadlock at 2 games apiece. It is a critical turning point, and they know the time is now as they face a pivotal Game 5 against the Brooklyn Nets. Round 2 of the NBA playoffs continue, coming right up.
Welcome to the NBA playoffs here on 2K Sports. It's Game 5. Joining Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. And with us tonight, the always insightful Kenny, the Jet Smith. Kenny, it is so great seeing you.
Hey, Gregory Anthony. How are you today?
We're doing well, Kenneth.
We are. But it's good to have another guard on our row here, isn't it?
You know what? It just brings a whole new level of intellect to the broadcast.
Thank you so much.
Well, guards are the quarterbacks of basketball.
Well, if you want an intellect, I'm the guy to bring down from up there.
Yes.
Spell intellect for us real quick, just so we get a taste of your...
And now we're back off to the... Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. We're off. Let's go to the game.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. The pair up front, it's Giannis and Lopez. DiVincenzo on the wing, he's paired with Middleton. And it's Teague in at the point. And for the Nets, the front court spots filled by Harris and Durant. Brown out there with Harden, and it's Griffin in at the center. Greg Popovich, the Spurs coach, Kenny, has talked about how the three-point shot is ruining the game. What do you say when you hear that?
Well, he's a participant of that.
I was about to say, like, he's the one that brought it to the forefront
He's a
more than
participant
anybody.
of it. But I think overall, yes, because people now take bad threes over good twos. So players don't have worse shot recognition.
I think they took bad twos just as much as they take bad threes. I mean, I'd never forget my college coach said, I had a teammate took a shot. It was a bad shot. And I got on him about it. And the coach looked at me and he said, hey, we don't yell at our shooting guard. He said, I never met a player that took a shot he wasn't trying to make. And that stood with me because you don't shoot it to miss, but that doesn't mean it's a good shot.
Right. A nice shot by Teague.
Love the ball handling shown there from Jeff Teague.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for Brooklyn. 4-point game. Harden sets the pick for KD. From deep, an absolute bomb from three-point range. Well, the league continues to test out new rules. The coaches' challenge now, guys, extended from its one-year trial. What do you think about that, Kenny?
Well, coaches always had something to say about calls, so now they can take action to it. So, yeah, I think that it's needed once a game. But I also think if you get it right, you should keep being able to challenge multiple times. If you get it right, that means I can get another one. If I get that right, I can get another one. I should just stop.
What do you think, Greg?
I like that theory in terms of having more
Get a
than one.
reward
If
for
you
it,
earn it, and most coaches are still figuring out how to use it because more often than not, you don't want to use it early in the game, even if it's a significant play, because later in the game, as we all know, that last 2 minutes, if it's a close game, well, you do not want to lose because of the officials.
Now Brown, after Chris Middleton missed from long range. Durant finds Harris. Pocket 6. Over onto Tacumbo. And KD the bucket on the assist by Harris. KD's got 5.
And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
The Bucks have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Middleton the pass to Tacumbo. Here's Lopez, and the dunk by Lopez.
Just more and more you see these small little plays that give you an idea how much Giannis is assimilating with his offensive game. Angles, passes, and more playmaking.
Now, here is Harden. Durant trying to break free. Harris's shot is off.
Defense as tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
And we heard about market size mattering less to players these days, guys, but you see summers where all the big free agents go to Los Angeles and New York. So, Kenny, which is it?
Well, there's 2 aspects of it. There's endorsements and then there's quality of life. In the small markets, catching fire on the marketing front is sometimes much more difficult, but there could be a better quality of life. In a big city, you could be marketed, and then all of a sudden you start losing, and then the quality of life goes down.
Yeah, and the reality is the fact that when we played, there was only a couple games a week on national television. Now every game that every NBA team plays is on national television. The impact of social media, they're just, you can be a superstar in a small market today. Doesn't matter. Look at Giannis. You look at Durant and OKC, Westbrook. You can be as big a star in any market in today's game.
And the Nets with possession here, following the bucket by the Bucks. And here's Harris from the arc. And the Nets, another three.
And you can't give Harris any breathing room to shoot, especially when he's looking to fire the three ball.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. And a new group in for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Griffin. Green comes in for Joe Harris. Landry Shamit's checked in for Bruce Brown. And James subbed in for James Harden. Connaughton kicks it to Tucker. Portis the screen. 9 feet out. No good off the back of the rim. And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up toward Brooklyn. They lead by 4.
And this summer, Vince Carter retiring after his 22nd NBA season. That's a record for longevity in the game. Kenny, he's closer to our age than he is to some of his teammates.
Yeah, that's amazing. A guy could do it at this level so long and really help the team instead of just be on the team. He's an incredible athlete. That dedication and willingness has just rolled over into time.
Never had to be the main guy at this stage of his career, always wanting to supplement, help, tutor, mentor, and he stayed healthy.
Stayed healthy, that's the key.
Ford's the best in the world. Portis with it. After Forbes launches it. It's hauled in by Claxton.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Now, here's Shamit. He is still scoreless so far in this one. Green kicks to James. Shot clock at 5. 11 feet away. That shot missing. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. The results in their game on Sunday left no doubt.
And they really got after it from a defensive standpoint throughout that entire game. The turnovers they forced really tell the story.
So active defensively, and I love when they did force a turnover, they just flat out attacked. The points they got off turnovers swung the game in their favor.
Brooklyn shooting their first free throws of the game. And the first one drops.
And Landry Shamet able to see a couple of different cultures in the early part of his career, and maybe some of that understanding about how guys have succeeded in playing roles is eventually going to help his career along the way. At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Yep, that one goes in there.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Durant with it. From the arc. He can't get that one. And so the first quarter is in the books. Nets lead by 4. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. This is what Giannis Antetokounmpo recently told us when he was asked about his goals this past offseason.
For me personally, I just want to get better. I want the team to get better. I want me to get better individually, and just win the whole thing.
And for Giannis, Greg, the consistency from range has been a focal point.
The more accurate he is from outside, the wider the driving lanes become, making him nearly impossible to stop.
And we're back for more exciting action from the Eastern Conference semifinals. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Brooklyn.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
I'm loving the ping-pong action of the ball tonight. A decent number of assists so far.
And a moment now to reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And Milwaukee, looking at who they got. The talented front court pair is Giannis and Middleton. Teague out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the center position. Kenny, these days you need versatile defenders. In your opinion, who does the best job of guarding from point guard to center in the NBA?
Ooh, you got Kawhi, you got AD. I would add Paul George in the mix.
Sure.
I would add Patrick Beverly in the mix. I would add P.J. Tucker, guys who can play multiple defending positions. Avery Bradley, I would add him in there. You notice most of them on the same team, huh?
Brooklyn leading by 4. Green taking his time here. Pass to Brown for 3. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Brown's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Nets. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. They can use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And Teague has it in the corner. Nifty move. And it's slammed in by Teague.
Fundamental play there from Lopez, spotting the open man and then sending him the ball.
Outside, Green. And there's the feed to Harden. Out to Harris from past the arc. And again, Brooklyn with the triple. With the growth of the G League guys, some have predicted the NBA will eventually expand the draft to more than 2 rounds. Or more players NBA ready. Good or bad, Kenny?
Well, it's funny because the Players Association would say they don't want it this way. They want it to be because they want guys to have the choice to choose where they want to go, right? I think 3 rounds is necessary now. There's too many basketball players overseas now that are infiltrated into the system to give an opportunity. I think 3 rounds is necessary.
And the other reason why I think I agree is because back in the day, the second round wasn't guaranteed.
Yeah.
Now, basically, you all get guaranteed contracts in the second round. And so I think now you push that to the 3rd round,
right,
and you make that the make good round.
A pass to Harden. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
That's a bad turnover right there. But aside from that one, I think they've done a good job controlling the pace and the ball during the game.
Kevin Durant's checked in for the Nets. And it's Giannis missing. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Outside, Green from deep 3-point range and stolen by DiVincenzo. Teague for 3, gets it to go from beyond the arc. Teague's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
But once Teague catches the ball, he fires it up and in. Gotta love his assertive attitude.
Kenny, you've been an NBA analyst for over 2 decades, which is hard for me to believe. You look so young, like you go out there and play right now, but I'm sure this job has changed for you in that time, right?
I think the job has not changed, actually, because when I first got here, I used to watch film every day. And
when
actually,
you first started as an analyst?
Every day for 1 year.
Did you?
Every day.
And then you found out that what?
I found out, I sat with the executive producer and I figured out what I needed to say, doing why, when, and what. Then I just use that now. I just go back to those meetings then. There's nothing changed for me from that first year, which I knew nothing, to now, after I knew something.
Being the award-winning broadcaster you are now.
It's that first year.
Yeah, I would concur with His Majesty. Hey, Jack.
Thank you. I've never been called His Majesty.
All right. Now here's Harden. Passes it to Brown. Outside, Green. 3-pointer. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 3 assists tonight.
And Green's become a dependable 3-point threat. If you don't get a hand in his face, he can certainly knock those down.
Bucks trail by 10. Here is Forbes. Connaughton. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's KD, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Nice shot from mid-range. Once Durant gets his feet under him, he's nailing that shot.
And Kenny, great to have you on the show as always. You've got to come back soon. Promise us you'll come back soon.
I'm coming back next week.
Good.
I am not.
Good.
There's more food down here. It's friendly about here. It's more room, man. I can't wait to be here. More air, everything, man. Everything's more down here.
And Frank, you and Kenny both enjoyed success in the NBA. Always great to have his perspective with us here at the broadcast table.
Well, that's nice of you, Kevin. And certainly Kenny has done some remarkable things post-career. And I love the fact with Kenny's presence, he's just got great perspective on the entirety of the game.
Milwaukee with the ball. Following the shot by Kevin Durant. Rebounded by the Nets. Beyond the arc. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant. Bucks trail by 8. Connaughton passes to Portis. We've got 33 seconds left in the first half. Back to Connaughton. Takes the 3. And it's Durant with the rebound. Nets have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Bobby Portis.
Yeah, sure, it's hard to avoid fouling Durant, but the problem is he's hitting 90% for his career from the free throw line.
That's good from Durant.
Kind of tough to be a big wing in the LeBron James era. You're constantly compared to what it is he does, but Durant has risen to that challenge and uniquely qualified to be an elite player. Makes it pretty tough on the defense. Who you going to pick to send to the free throw line? And he's hitting the free throws right now. Form looks good.
No good that time. And the first half is now in the books. Nets out in front, leading by 10. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, probably not the defensive effort you were hoping for thus far.
Yeah, no, our defense isn't where it needs to be. I think they're getting open looks. We're over-shifting, and then we're not committing to shooters. Just not a very good defensive effort so far.
Mike, thanks very much for your time. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And a heightened atmosphere we have here this evening for NBA playoff action. Hey everybody, I'm Ernie Johnson. Got Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith by my side. Checking out Brooklyn. They're playing with a sense of urgency and have a nice halftime lead here to show for it. Taking Game 5 tonight would give them 2 opportunities to take the series. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the Nets?
Some great work from them with the 3 ball. They came in with the idea that they can attack this D from long range. They were rotating the ball on the perimeter and letting it fly. And they got a good look. It's a strategy that paid off with a barrage of threes. That's my barrage sound, Ernie.
Kenny, what was your takeaway on Milwaukee?
Well, defensively, they displayed what I call poor fundamentals. Good hustle, but poor fundamentals. Guys weren't moving their feet. The rotations were lackluster. Some guys made bad choices, whether to fight over the screen, go underneath it. They don't have a game plan I don't think that they're sticking with.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
So glad to have you with us here as we bring you more action from courtside at Game 5. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
With so much on the line tonight, you have to be impressed with the way he came out and set the tone with his aggression.
Yeah, the rest of the team seemed to line right up behind him, matching that kind of intensity and looking for him to come through with some big plays.
And you are back with us live as we bring you continuing coverage of the Eastern Conference semifinals. The front court spots filled by Harris and Durant. Brown out there with Harden. And it's Griffin in at the center, locking down the middle. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
Well, coming off the pick and roll with that length, KD makes so many good decisions.
And Giannis will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Down by 12. A wide open look here for Lopez. No good with the triple. Harden finds KD. Goes up on the wing. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. KD's got the lead up to 14 now for the Nets. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Milwaukee, no good that time either. Brooklyn's gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them. It's thrown by to Tacumbo. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And that's now 6 points for Giannis.
That was like a morning paper for Jeff Teague. Makes a great read and swings the ball around for a clean look at the bucket.
Bucks trail by 12. Middleton with it, picked up by Harris. Middleton can't get it to go.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
Harden's shot is good.
Of course, Kevin Durant, one of the game's greatest scorers of all time, but his ability within this offense to make plays, elevating the team.
Antetokounmpo finds DiVincenzo. Now here's Teague. Pass to Lopez. A three. Trains the three-pointer. Timeout. Lopez has got 7 points.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Green is checked in for Durant.
Whether things are good, bad, or indifferent, coaches will have adjustments to make throughout the course of the game.
Yeah, not just there to pump up or to discipline players. You got to make sure that the coach makes the proper adjustments and has his team in the right mindset to carry it out.
And here's Harris from the arc. Cans it from downtown. 9 points in the game so far.
And you know, over time, we've seen Harris become much more assertive. Have to respect how much he believes in his jump shot.
Pass to DiVincenzo. The shot by Middleton, wide open. Good on the three-point shot.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
It's thrown by to Tacumbo. Brown against DiVincenzo, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, Teague has his binoculars on, able to find his man for that open look.
Now here's Harden. He has 6. Griffin sets the screen for Harden. He feeds it to Green. And the rejection by Giannis. On the wing, DiVincenzo. A three-pointer off the mark. Nets leading by 10. Harden kicks to Brown. Back to Harden. There's the dish to Green. Jeff Teague with the rebound. Milwaukee has gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. And the dunk by Giannis.
You know how you want to tell people don't let Giannis get too close? Well, one step past half court, he's too close.
Harden's shot is good. Harden's got his third bucket of the night.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, our man is going for the jugular.
Now here's Middleton. 5 points in the game.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Harden with it. Picked up by Teague. Harden kicks to Griffin. In the corner, it's Harris. 6 to shoot. Griffin dishes to Green. His three-pointers off the mark. Bucks trail by 8. On the wing, DiVincenzo.
Oh! Yes, sir. Feeling more and more comfortable in this offense. That's just Chris Middleton making a play.
KD's checked in for the Nets. Andrew Shamet comes in for Brown. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. And here's Harden. He's got 8. And the pass to Shamet. For the 3. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got his 4th assist in this one.
Since the second he entered the NBA, Shamet has been great from the three-point line. 42% from 3 as a rookie.
Now here's Griffin. Shamet the pass to KD. 41 seconds left in the third quarter. Durant for 3. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Just how easy is that for KD? It's amazing, effortless, elevating, and keeping his balance. Another triple.
And it's sent back by KD. Outside Portis. They shoot again, and he drives in. He takes it up and lays it in.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's KD, and then Durant with the jam.
On defense, your priority is to close out on Durant's outside shot, but then he has that...
Oh, jam!
You knew something good was coming, Kevin, right? I think Giannis loves that kind of stuff right there. His dunks sometimes get vicious.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets going into the break with a 10-point lead. From beyond the arc, they've been absolutely tremendous. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Let's listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team in the huddle.
Let's keep grinding. Keep getting stops. The offense will come. See if we can move it a little bit more against the Reds and then drive it, move it, catch it, shoot it.
Clearly he wants his guys, Greg, to work harder on offense.
And I love what Coach Budenholzer said. Just keep gutting through it and eventually something positive will happen.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. Portis is out there with P.J. Tucker. And there's Teague. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Forbes in at the 2 spot. In the corner, Middleton with it. And he's good on the 3 ball.
Could come down to selection. Bad shots in the first half. Here in the second, using his head, finding some more efficient opportunities to score.
Shamet finds Durant. Shot clock at 6. The rebound by Middleton. Bucks trail by 7. Here's Forbes. Offline with his three. It's Durant on the wing, guarded by Tucker. And then Durant with the jam.
And this has been relentless from KD here tonight. The defense has tried to adjust, not once, but several times, and nothing working.
Here's Teague. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
No, this is about as high octane a game as you're going to find.
James, the pass to KD. Feed away. Again, the Nets for two.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Teague feeling it out a bit. Driving inside. And it's slammed in by Teague.
Well, we all know that Jeff Teague is one of the quickest guys in the game, and sometimes when he picks up that much speed, he can also get up and finish.
Outside, KD. He kicks to James. Durant down low. Shoots over Tucker. He doesn't hit that one. The Bucks go the other way with it. Passes it to Forbes. A three-pointer, no good. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for Brooklyn. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Kicks to James. Puts up a three. That's good from Harris on the assist by James. And the Nets lead by 10.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Tucker. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Tucker's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. So for the Nets, Griffin's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Bruce Brown comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's Harden in for James. The Bucks also changing it up. Brook Lopez is checked in for Portis. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Bryn Forbes. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He likes the effort. He likes the play. He said, look, we're rolling now, guys. Let's get that momentum and keep it. And let's make the most of it to win this series. See if they can get it done.
Thank you, David.
Well, Middleton does have some length himself, and he utilizes it there on the drive.
Nets leading by 7. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Brown finds KD. Off target with his three. Milwaukee's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Middleton drives in, and that one good. Now just a 5-point Nets lead.
Now working in the mid-range, Middleton finding some ways to play in between.
Harden the pass to KD. Yes, that goes in. KD's got 17 now, just in the second half.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
Some players rise to the occasion in the playoff spotlight, and some wilt under it. We know which type he is. What a stunning night for him. .156 left to play in the final quarter. Brooklyn leading by 7. Right side Durant, and the jam by Kevin Durant.
And here's the best way to get an earful from your coach. Give Kevin Durant that kind of pass to the basket. Wow, discussion to follow.
Lopez, a screen on Harden. Here's Antetokounmpo. And again, the Bucks miss.
I get a feeling that he made that much more difficult than he had to. No reason why he had to fade away on that jumper.
Antetokounmpo against KD. And KD throws it down.
Well, maybe not the highest of flyers, Durant, but because of his reach, it's so easy for him to win above the rim.
Bucks trail by 11. Antetokounmpo looking over the floor. A three ball. Antetokounmpo can't get that one to fall. For Brooklyn, they've gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter.
And guys, that's just about going to do it here for Game 5. Always pivotal. And now we look ahead to a critical Game 6. But a huge win tonight for the Nets.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seemed.
Yeah, they sink one and then do it again, and that strategy did work.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Kevin Durant.
Just knows how to fill it up, and that's exactly what he did tonight. Nobody that they assigned to him could really get a handle on him.
Durant for three, buries it from three-point range. KD's got 35 in the game.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them, complete control.
And with the monster finish, he stops an 11-0 run by Brooklyn.
And the Nets with possession here. Left side, KD. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Pass to DiVincenzo. Shoots from the corner. And it's Durant with the rebound. Shoots the three. Offline.
How about the length? Tough for any offensive player to deal with the likes of Middleton with those long arms.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This was a pivotal game in the series so far, and they were able to keep their heads straight, get the job done, and take the all-important 3-2 lead.
Now they can breathe
right.
just a little bit easier, knowing
goodness.
they're just one win away from closing this thing out. Had they lost this game, the pressure on them would have been huge.
Just gigantic, you're right. And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who's standing by with our player of the game. Take it away, David.
Thanks very much for Kevin Durant. KD, slow start for you offensively, but you were able to stay aggressive. How do you keep that mentality as a great scorer?
Well, we got to keep shooting, no matter what happens. So it's easy to, play well throughout the game when you're making shots, but when you're missing, you got to get your mind right, and that's what I try to do is just stay aggressive.
And it sure showed out there. Thank you very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. It's time for us to say so long. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage during the second round of the NBA Eastern Conference Playoffs. For Greg Anthony, Brett Berry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long, everyone.